All right, guys, let's talk about Trump's evil plan here and how it's unfolding. So first, let me show you this. This came out the other day over the weekend. The Justice Department is investigating Minnesota officials, including Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, over an alleged conspiracy to impede federal immigration agents. Now, of course, the irony about this is they did nothing of the sort. In fact, they did the opposite, which is why I was furious at them, and many people on the left were furious at them. Because Jacob Frey said, ICE, get the fuck out of my city. But then he went on to say in an interview, I'm not ordering the police to arrest ICE agents because they have more guns and they have more people and they have bigger guns. And that's a crisis. I don't want to do that, right? So I responded to that and I said, that's bitch shit. The law is supposed to apply to everybody. Nobody's above the law. It should be equal protection under the law, okay? And instead, he said, no, ICE is kind of above the law. That's what he said. So he's protecting ICE agents by not having the ones who commit crimes be arrested by cops. And you have Tim Walz, who's getting the National Guard ready, but he didn't say, I'm going to send in the National Guard to protect the protesters. If anything, the implication was, I might send in the National Guard to keep the protesters in line and be on the side of the ICE thugs, okay? So you have two Democrats being weak, being spineless, and you still have the Trump regime saying, now we're opening an investigation because you're impeding law enforcement. Okay, what did you learn? Did you learn that, if I go easy on them, if I play ball, then they back down? No, it's the fucking opposite. If anything, you have to stand up to them. The bullies need to be punched in the fucking face. They need to know you can't get away with it. I'm not going to let you get away with this, okay? You can't appeal to the better angels of their nature. They have no angels. They only have demons. So you cucked yourself, and they're still fucking investigating you. But here we go. So this is what the Trump regime is doing. Just like they went after James Comey and shit the bed. Just like they went after Letitia James and shit the bed. Just like they're going after all sorts of people, their political opponents. This is their plan. So look at this. Jake Tapper says, now Trump's calling for the radical left insurrectionists who illegally ran the Biden administration to be arrested for what they have done for our country. For those who tempted to see this as bluster or venting, kindly recall the DOJ is currently investigating Walz and Frey. What I tell you, he feels emboldened after he kidnapped Maduro and basically got away with it. He feels emboldened. I can do whatever I want to whoever I want. Now he's talking about stealing Greenland. He's committed to stealing Greenland. Now he's doubling down and tripling down on an illegal occupation from his Gestapo in Minnesota. And now look at this. He's basically saying the entire Biden administration was illegitimate. They should all be arrested. This is what he's saying. Ken Klippenstein points out there's been a 490% increase in FBI-affiliated nihilistic violent extremism arrests. Let me break that down for you. What that actually means is we're arresting dissidents. We're arresting liberals and lefties. We're arresting people who oppose this government. That's what it is. And you don't have to take my word for it. Go read Ken Klippenstein's reporting on NSPM 7. NSPM 7 was the destruction of freedom in this country in one fell swoop. Trump said, forget targeting Al-Qaeda and ISIS or actual threats. No, you have to target Americans who disagree with MAGA. And that's what they did. If you are anti-American, if you are anti-capitalist or anti-Christian, you go on a list. They view you as terrorist or terrorist adjacent, okay? They keep a blackmail file on you. They arrest you. They fuck with you. They try to ruin your life. And here Kash Patel says 2025 was an historic year for the FBI's counterterrorism division. 707 arrests, 640 plots disrupted. Total fucking bullshit. 242 convictions. When law enforcement is empowered to execute the mission, Americans are safer. That's what he says. So as Ken Klippenstein points out here, and this is down there in the stats that they list, 490% increase in FBI-affiliated nihilistic violent extremism arrests. They're barely hiding their rank fascism and authoritarianism. In fact, they're bragging about it and hiding behind euphemisms to pretend like it's a good thing. But how about this? Look at this. Let me set the scene. 40-plus JAG lawyers, elite cold weather paratroopers from the Army, 3,000-plus lawless Gestapo on the ground, hundreds of FBI agents. Trump is setting up and testing out a coup on the state level, likely under the guise of federal fraud, like Nick Shirley pretended was a big problem, and rebellion. Minnesota is the test case for a total takeover by a dictatorial regime nationwide. Let that sink in. And as we speak right now, Trump has told a whole bunch of different sectors of the military, prepare for war, prepare to go to Minneapolis, stand by. He wants to declare the Insurrection Act. And he wants to stay in office. That's what he wants to do. He wants to cancel. He wants to cancel the election. This is the worst possible scenario, as I've warned could happen for a year. Two armed forces, both under orders they believe lawful, positioned to face each other in American streets by American political opponents. There's a name for that. So as you can see here, Minnesota National Guard. Members of the Minnesota National Guard are on standby, ready to assist local law enforcement and public safety agencies. If our members are activated, they will be wearing reflective vests, as pictured here, to help distinguish them from other agencies in similar uniforms. And here you have some 1,500 active duty soldiers with the 11th Airborne Division on alert for potential deployment to Minnesota. Now, by the way, it could be a head fake, and they could be using these for Greenland, too, to steal Greenland, okay? But it also could be for Minnesota for real. And so, guys, it's here. The only thing is, I would tell people, stop saying, like, oh, it's some future thing that could happen. No, it's literally happening right now. It's already a soft civil war. What did you think it was when Trump said, we're going to invade Los Angeles with ICE and federal agents? We're going to use the U.S. military in U.S. cities, right? What did you think that was? And then you listen to these people talk. You listen to these thug agents on the ground, and they say stuff. In D.C., when he did it in D.C., one person goes to the ICE thugs, you guys are ruining this country. And the ICE thug says back, liberals already ruined this country. And that's who these people are. That's what you need to understand. They're Proud Boys. They're white nationalists. They're fucking Klansmen. These are 3%ers and Oath Keepers. These are January 6ers. These are people who are far-right fascist thug criminals. That's what they are. And these are the people who he's getting to invade U.S. cities. And so it's already a soft civil war. It's just that nobody's fighting back. One side is fighting. The other side is sitting there and being polite at the same time. And so understand where we are. And understand that no matter what happens, he's going to invoke the Insurrection Act. Because I think Democrats think if I follow the rule book closely enough, maybe we'll get out of this. And it's like, no, he's just going to say you're not following the rules and invoke the Insurrection Act anyway. That's what's going to happen. So everybody needs to understand where we are. This guy's a menace. We absolutely need to fucking impeach him and get him out of there and then convict him. Or somehow you need the Republicans in the fucking cabinet to grow a goddamn conscience and to do the 25th Amendment. Because this motherfucker is completely and utterly unhinged. He's creating the Fourth Reich. He's as corrupt can be. He's immensely senile. He's a psychopathic, fascist, war criminal, rapist, pedophile. And everybody knows it. And everybody's pretending like it's not the case and everything is normal. No, nothing is normal. And this is his dark and evil plan. And it's unfolding exactly like we said it would.
Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.